All rise. Vive la paix. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Thank you very much. And welcome back, witness. Ms. Baisman.
Good afternoon, witness. I'll come back briefly on the topic we discussed before lunch, and that is the indirect message behind the direct words. I just wanted to ask you, did you provide the prosecution with any audio containing any of these hidden words or indirect words or messages?
I didn't, because I could not assess the message from, but I told them.
You didn't give them audios? Did you give them notes?
Yes.
Contemporaneous notes?
That is to mean what?
Means notes that you took at the time you heard messages. Did you give any such notes to the prosecution?
I was informing them that I had this. I didn't tell them it is.
You have no notes at the same time that you heard these messages?
No notes.
To be clear, the prosecution asked you to listen to 2 audios in your proving. Am I right to think that?
Yeah, that is I told them about that time.
But you listened during the time that you discussed your testimony with the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor.
They had you listen to 2 audios from KSFM. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And one was the 7th of February 2011 that we discussed yesterday. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the other one was the 18th of February 2008, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And just, I would like you to confirm, these are not audios that you produced. That's right, isn't it?
If I give information, that is to say my information.
I understand, but
Yes.
you did not give them these audios. That's right, isn't it? That's right?
I'm telling you, that's my information.
Witness, the question was this. So we also need to understand what you're saying. Remember, your testimony is for us. So the lawyers are asking you questions to get answers from you. So the answers you are giving to the lawyers' questions on both sides is for the use of the judges, so that we understand what you're saying to make our judgment in this case. And the question Ms. Barsman is asking you is that those 2 audio tapes that you listened to when the prosecutors were preparing you to come to court and testify. She gave the date as the 7th of February 2011.
Indeed.
You agreed, and the other one was the 18th of February 2008. You agreed to that date. Her question to you is that you were not the person who gave the OTP those 2 tapes to begin with. Is that the case?
But I was just, and I didn't give the tape, but I give the information.
That answers my question.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you. Now, witness, I'm going to put to you our position, and it's because as of the 30th, there was a ban on the radio. Do you confirm that that is the case? And to be more precise, it was on live audios, live broadcasting. There was a ban immediately imposed, immediately after the announcement of the results. The 30th in the evening. Is that something you recall?
I heard of that, but I could also listen to the radio. I don't know what was going on.
But do you, because I have a document to show that there was such a ban imposed, do you accept my proposition, or is it necessary for me to show you that document?
It was there, but I can confirm that I was still listening to the radio.
I just want to put it to you that Joshua Arab Sang, apart from broadcasting pre-recorded peace messages and music, he was not on air to broadcast news or any other message between the 30th, after the election results were announced, up until the 9th. Is that something you can accept?
No.
Okay, I just want one document I would like to place in front of you. And this is the cross-examination bundle, tab 2. It is, it's already in evidence. It has an EVD number TD11-00051. And the KEN number is D09-0022-0010. I would like to place this in front of the witness. The court reporter, assist, please. Mr. Witness, do you have the document in front of you?
I have.
The record, this is a report from Reporters Without Borders, and it's commenting on the media ban on live broadcast that was imposed immediately after the announcement of the results.
Did you say a report or a press release?
It is.
A press release?
I also have the actual letter imposing the ban, but it's my understanding that the witness does not dispute that there was a ban. Can you confirm that, Mr. Witness?
I can confirm there was some ban, but there were some messages could come from the radio. Even this that allows right now. There was no. I could not note the difference between recording or pre-recording. It was talking.
But you do know there was a lot of talk about this ban, both by Kenyan media as well as international media. Do you confirm that?
Confirm even.
He's not disputing that there was a ban. His point is that there may have been a ban, but as far as he was concerned, if he turned on the radio, he was listening to something being broadcast on the radio, that he didn't know if it was live or if it was pre-recorded, what he was listening to at the time.
Now, witness, I just want you to look at this document with me and go to the fourth paragraph, starting with most of the broadcast media. Do you see that?
I can see.
So I'm just reading it out. It says, this is a press release, as the presiding judge rightly pointed out. It's from the Reporters Without Borders, criticizing the ban. And here they say, most of the broadcast media suspended...
You have to start saying quote or unquote, Ms. Bassman.
Quote, most of the broadcast media suspended all their news programs, effectively plunging Kenya into a news blackout. Local broadcast journalists said they were afraid the police could raid their stations and order them to close. One privately owned station, KISS FM, is continuing to broadcast a phone-in program. You see that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agree with me that KISS FM is a different radio station from KAS FM. That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you ever listen to KISS FM?
Sometime. But not most of the time.
Now, according to this report, most of the broadcast media did suspend all their news programs. And only KISS FM is reported as an example, as an exception. Do you change your view on KAS FM and Joshua Arab Sang being on air, apart from recording pre-recorded peace messages during that time?
I'm not changing. But I do understand that there was a ban, which I could also understand it. But sometimes the radio was talking. I don't know if it was a ban or live or what.
Now, witness, I mean, I'm done with that document. Just to be coming back to your message about, it's on the 30th, when you say that Joshua Arab Sang said to people in his neighborhood to block the road. Firstly, you said Kipkege. Can you agree with me that the actual spelling is Kipkeke? And I'll spell it for the record. I just want your agreement that that is the village you're referring to.
Kege, yes.
And if I can spell Kipkei village.
Just one thing I object. Just one clarification, if could be. I see that defense counsel has said in his neighborhood. I'm just wondering if that is correct or if it's not rather village.
I'm just looking at the transcripts of the 1st of December, and there is at page 9, lines 6 to 10, I will just quote him so we're precise. And he was quoting his village in Trans Nzoia district that you should be blocking the roads that particular time. I can go on, but that's so that is can clarify. Is it his neighborhood or is it his village? Let me say area to clarify. That was maybe the problem. It's his area, correct?
It's his area, but I cannot say the village. Village, I don't know, even maybe. If I know, maybe I'm wrong in the side, but I know it's coming from those areas.
The spelling that I just suggested to you, do you agree with that? Kipkeke?
Kipkeke, you pronounce it's Kipkeke. I can understand that, whether the spelling or what, it's Kipkeke.
And this is in Charangani location. That's right, is it not?
Yeah, I cannot say the details of the locations or whatever, but I can say the area is famous. It's well known. I know about it.
You don't know the location.
The locations, I cannot, whether it's Charangani or whatever, but I know Kipkeke.
And it's in Trans Nzoia
Yes.
East District. That's right, is it not?
Yes, in the east or whatever, I know I've mentioned Transoya.
In the Trans Nzoia County.
Currently count, yes.
Just not to argue with you, but the village Mr. Joshua Armstrong is actually from is Seum. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. It's S-E-U-M, but it is very close. It's the same. It's the same area. Do you know that village?
Sang is always sometime broadcasting is home village of Seum.
Yes, Seum.
I cannot dispute that it's coming from Seum. But if I say around that area, Kipkeke is surrounding area. But I cannot know if it's them, but I know Sang comes from Seum.
And
that's yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Bousman, when you say Seum is very close, it's the same area. What do you mean?
I was going to ask that question right now, Mr. President. And Seum village is 2 kilometers from Kipkeke village. Can you confirm that?
I don't know kilometers, Your Honor.
We agree.
But what I could talk about is Kipkeke. What you mentioned is Kipkeke. Even anything to do with other villages, Seum or any other, I didn't mention in my testimony, Your Honor.
Yeah, so we agree it's the same area. I'm not disputing that. I just want that to be clear. It's the same area, is it not? As where he's from.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you accept?
1 second. Witness, am I to understand that in terms of at the village level, Kipkeke and Seum are different villages? Never mind whether they're in the same area. I mean, if you can answer the question, you may. If you can't, you can also tell me. Is Kipkeke, if Kipkeke is a village, is it a separate village from Seum, from your own understanding?
Kipkeke, Your Honor, is along the roads and is a main name known, but Seum also can be a village, or as Kipkeke. But what I was talking about is Kipkeke, which I mentioned in my testimony.
Right, but do you understand, is it the case that you also know of a place called Seum?
Seum I know as a village of Mr. Sang, who always sometime could say home in Seum.
All right, thank you. Please proceed, Ms.
Because it's the same location. That's right, isn't it? It's the same location. Kipkeke and Seum are the same location, right?
I say let's talk about Kege. I don't know if it's in the same location or not. Your Honor, don't put question on that. I cannot confirm that. The boundary of the locations, I don't know.
You confirm that it's Kipkeke village where he said block the roads.
He was talking about youth from Kege.
And do you agree with me that Kipkeke is about 71 kilometers from Eldoret?
I was talking about, yes, I can confirm that, Your Honor, but I was talking about listening to the radio, not. And even during my questioning, I say that I didn't know what happened at that place.
I got you right. I
Yes.
just wanted you to confirm that it's about 71 kilometers from
I can
Eldoret.
confirm that as far as I don't dispute the kilometers. It's in the other district.
That's fine, Mr. Witness.
5 seconds pauses. Witness, you need to wait for 5 seconds. When Ms. Bousman finishes asking a question before you start answering, and Ms. Bousman, you have to wait for 5 seconds after the witness finishes his answer before asking your next question.
Indeed, Mr. President. Do you agree it's near Kitale?
Agree.
Do you agree that it's largely a Kalenjin location?
But I was talking about roads being blocks, which may be coming from other locations which dominated by other tribes like Kikuyu. You have areas like Suwerwell, you have areas like any other places surrounding dominated by Kikuyus.
And do you agree that the closest area where Kikuyus were living is Kakarara? I spelled it K-A-R-A-R-A, and Kapsara, K-A-P-S-A-R-A. Is that correct?
Can you hold that question one thing at a time? The witness did mention a place where he said was dominated by Kikuyus. He said, Soweru, you said?
There is some areas which like...
No, what? I just want to get the spelling of the word you used before. You mentioned the location or a place. Soweru?
I mentioned Suwerwa, but...
Sowerua.
But also some, like areas like what he has just said.
All right, one thing at a time. Can you spell Sowerua for the record? Can you spell it?
S-U-W-E-R. W-R-A.
All right. You're also saying there are other places. Ms. Bassman, can you now continue?
Yes. So you said Suwerwa. That's right? Which is from Marakwet in Kalenjin. Is that right?
I don't know, yes. But the villages of the where Kikuyus are living, I just mentioned Suwerwa, but I cannot, but I know about Kapsara. There's a tea factory up in there. There's a lot of Kikuyus. So, also, if I say the road being blocks, which come from that direction, I didn't say somebody could go direct to block the road from where there's, if they block an highway from Nairobi, you are not in Nairobi. You are in the Eldoret, but you are blocking the road from Nairobi.
I'm only asking you to clarify. I'm not.
Yes, that's according to me, you are heading to say that village where the roads were being blocked, maybe the roads from I don't know, even the youth could go directly to block the road from. I cannot still remember the roads from those sides. I'm not familiar with the sites. That's why I say I was not there.
And just, did you say the same about Carrara? Did you also confirm?
Carrara, in fact, is not far. Okay, I don't want to mention that's what I wanted to mention. But I know Carrara is at another place, neighboring even Wasingishu more than the other side.
Do you agree that the closest neighborhood where there were Kikuyu is about 13 kilometers from Kipkeke? Is that something you can confirm?
I don't know, but there is a road from that side.
And do you know the people from Carrara and Kapsara, where would they be fleeing to?
I may confirm to the safest area like Kitale or any other places. But you don't talk about Carrara because Carrara, they are using another route to go to Kitale sometimes. They go to highway. They could go to use Eldoret Kitale highway. It's called Nyakinywa, close to the other side.
Okay. Witness, I'd like to place a map in front of you. And this is, I think it's tab 6 from the cross-examination bundle. And yes, it is. And the KEN number is KEN-DL11-0021-003. If this map can also be placed in front of the witness, please. And if you could also put it on the screen. Witness, do you have the map in front of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you also see it on the screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, witness, if we go from the right, top of the map, and on the right side we see Kipkeke Primary School. Do you see that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then if you move from there, north to the left, sort of to the west, northwest, we see Kapsara. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And going southwest, we see Carrara. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And going straight west, we see Kitale. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And going down, we see Ziwa, sort of south of Kipkeke. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then even more south, there is Eldoret. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm putting to you, if you look at the Kikuyu areas, they're fleeing to Kitale. They're not passing through the area of Kipkeke at all. Do you agree?
I'm saying I don't know the roads over there. I just using the word you said. If they travel to the other side, if they use whatever means to go to there to block the roads, to join the other groups, I don't know. But, Your Honor, this message I don't want to change my word which I had. I just use the same word. I think it never. I mentioned just how to go. I mentioned Kikuyu as part of it, but also Kikisis, which also affected during that time. So, at that word, at just leave it. If they travel, they go distance to block the road, I don't know. That's why I say I didn't know what happened in that area.
Thank you. I would like to tender this map into evidence.
Mr. Garcia?
Your Honor, I'm just concerned about the fact that it hasn't been put to the witness to confirm that indeed the locations are rightly indicated and these are the places he's speaking about. That's my only concern.
Mr. Khan?
Mr. President, I didn't object to the prosecution's interpolation on the map. I will do the same on this occasion.
The document will be admitted as the next signed defense exhibit.
The public document KEN D11 0021 0003 will bear the number EVD T D11 00076.
Ms. Passman, trying to understand the point of the questioning here. Is it that if, assuming that roads were blocked at Cape Keke, that no Kikuyus will be affected by that?
Indeed, because the Kikuyu would flee into the other direction and they won't come near that location. And I hear the witness, he doesn't know the area, but my point is, if that's the message that's being broadcasted, it is a bit senseless to ask people to block the roads in that area. That is my point. And I'm just going to move on from here, but that's the point.
You can move on, but doesn't that presuppose that there are no Kikuyus at Cape Keke, at least? Have you exhausted that kind of inquiry?
I did ask the question to the witness, and I understood you to confirm that this is largely a Kalenjin area, and I can be more precise, mixed with Luyas, and Kalenjin is mainly Nandi and Marakwet. Would you confirm that?
Your Honor, if I know Transfer is mixed district county, so if you tell me that, I cannot say yes or no. But I know Transfer is cosmopolitan district. And if I say even those Kikuyus cannot miss to be there, that's why I could say maybe if they block small roads, they could also do that. And even highway from any other places, like this Kitala road can be blocked. A Kikuyu cannot miss there to be there. By accident he was trying to look there. So if I say that, I didn't mean that it was there, because I didn't say it was blocked at this site. But I was saying the use from that side to help the group. So if we use this map, we might not know, maybe they have blocked or they didn't block even, however. But the message was that used to block the road. And to block the road, they might have done it or not.
But you did identify as the Kikuyu areas,
So,
Kapsara and Karara.
yes, it is, but they were not only Kikuyus who attacked, as I said during my testimony, to quote Kikuyus, because mostly Kikuyus were affected, mostly. But also other tribes, like Isis, were also affected, and even Luyas.
Right.
Well, I am putting to you that Sang never said block the areas. As we heard on the 29th, he said open the roads. On the 4th of January, he said open the roads. And we submit he did not say block the roads on the 30th. I know you're not going to agree with me, but I'm putting it to you. What's your answer to that?
I'm not disputing what I said earlier that he said.
And just one follow-up, and then I'll move on. Our submission is that it would make no sense for him to instruct people around Kitkeya village to block the roads when the Kikuyu are actually fleeing in another direction. That's what I'm putting to you.
Witness, you don't have to answer that question. The lawyer will make that argument to us when the time comes for her to make submissions. Ms. Passman, you have to move on.
Yes, we're going to move into a different area altogether. You spoke, and this is actually last week mainly, you spoke about the allegation about fake ballot papers. Do you recall having spoken about that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you said on the 26th you heard the rumor about fake ballot papers, and you heard an announcement in the morning on KAS FM. That is correct, is it not?
Yes, I do.
You listened between 6:30 and 8 on the 26th. That's correct, is it not?
I think between that time.
And the announcement was that people should be ready to block the roads because some vehicles would be passing along with the wrong ballot papers. That's correct, is it not?
That is it.
You said that people were talking about this. You were talking about ODM supporters. And you said these were mainly Luos, Luas, some small other tribes, and Kalenjins.
That is in my region.
These are the people who came out on the 26th. That's right. Is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
And can you confirm, apart from the Luos, Kalenjins, and the Luyas, what other tribes were present?
I've already said main, even during the other questioning, I was saying that main tribes that were by then supporters of ODM were largely Kalenjin, and in my area, I don't mean nationwide, and Luos who are also living in that area. Doesn't mean that there was no other tribes. There is, even Kisis, even the Luyas, some other sub-tribe of Luyas could also supporting ODM.
It was mainly ODM supporters. No other people came out.
The people who were really complaining by then.
What about ODM Kenya?
That the people, ODM Kenya is a group of, initially were together as ODM, but later on become a Kamba, like mostly supported by Kamba. But anyway, that party is also one of the national party.
So would you agree that ODM Kenya also came out on the 26th of December?
I cannot divert by my initial statement that I say likely ODM supporters Kalenjin and mainly Luos. So anything to do with ODM Kenya or I cannot just add on this stage. Whether they came out or not, I don't know.
You mentioned that this was announced on the radios. You specifically mentioned KAS FM and Chomge. Do you remember that, saying that?
I was, let me be clear on this matter because if I can still remember, and if I can quote that because it was really clear to me, meant it was Sang who was mentioning the number plates of other vehicles during that particular day, that they are really, if they want to carry some ballot papers. So that one, I can stick on that.
Do you agree that other people from other ethnic groups, they were there not necessarily by listening to CAS? They might have listened to their own radio stations. Would you agree with that?
If they did, if they listened to that, like now the protests were in town where Luos actually were there in large numbers also, and they were actually like, they were main really high-heart supporters of ODM. And that one always could come that way. But this announcement, I was meaning that announcement that was made, that these ballot papers might come in. It was not something I just imagined today. It was something that it was well speculated that particular time.
Well speculated. When are you aware that this
1
was...
second. Witness, what do you mean by speculated, the word?
It was really said openly that there is some ballot papers that is coming up. That even I understand, according to me, even one of the vehicle was burning down, basing on the same rumor.
Okay, what do you mean, well articulated? Can you proceed, Ms. Passman?
That was going to be my question. But when at that time, if I understand you well, at that time the rumor was already widespread. Is that how I understand you?
Yes, one of the source of this information was through CAS.
Yes, one of the sources. You accept that there will be other sources.
I cannot, that the source that I use and that I could listen to was that of CAS FM.
You are not aware that as of the 23rd of December, this rumor was already out.
And in part of my testimony, I say that there was seized information that election will be rigged, but that things of transportation of ballot papers, fake ballot papers were there in 26 because it was a transportation day for the ballot papers, real ballot papers at the same time.
But do you agree that the rumor about ballot papers was the same rumor as that PNU agents would be used? Do you recall that?
It was the same. That's why it was said, and even I can remember that even police will be used, administration police will be used, and that one also could say that. I can say that because one of the vehicles of the which was carrying to the Kisii area, these are not there. I heard from the media was burned down, and even officers were killed, basing on the same rumor.
So my point is, this rumor was going on, was in newspapers as of the 24th of December, it went on to the 25th of December, 26th, 27th. Is that something I need to show you, or do you accept my proposition?
If you show me, but if you show me, it's okay, but what I was talking is about what Sang was saying during that morning, to tell people to be alert. That is my position. Either, yes, it was there, the same rumor, but the action was not yet good. People could be ready to say, okay, if ballot papers is there, then we have to block it not to reach the destination of where it can be used to rig election.
I understand.
Pause. 5 seconds, Ms. Passman. While you take the pause, at line 10, at page 98, I had expressed my understanding of the witness's testimony around the word articulated. I didn't ask the witness a question about articulated. Proceed, Ms. Passman.
Mr. Witness, I understand you're not changing your testimony, nor am I trying to have you change it. I just want you to confirm that you accept that this rumor was there even before you heard it on KSFM.
Or you want me to confirm that it was there? The rumor was there. Yes, I can confirm it was there. But as also source of that information was through that same radio station I've just said, KSFM. I cannot refuse that it was there even earlier, that there is some papers would be prepared outside the country to come and used for the rating. That
Do you know that on the 23rd, it was Raila Odinga who was speaking about this? Do you know that?
I don't know, but about ballot papers which are I'm talking about the area, the same 26. Yes, there was a rumor. Yes, if it was there, it was already there. This is part of the things that also could be prepared the public to believe that if election could be rigged, then it will not be fair. It will be like they have already used the same ballot papers. And there was no need for somebody to announce through the radio that take care, block the roads for this particular purpose. Whether it was already said or not, I cannot dispute that it was there, a rumor.
Now, I would like you to listen yet again to an audio. And this audio dates the 25th of December 2007, the evening before. This audio is to be found in the main cross-examination binder, so it's not the core binder, for this witness at tab 14. It's the evening program of the 25th of December of 2007, and the audio and transcription are already in evidence. The EVD number for the audio is EVD-T-D11 00048, and the KEN number is KEN-D11-0013-0028. That's the audio. And the transcription is KEN-D11-0014-0568. And the EVD number for the transcription is EVD-T-D11-00049. And if the court officer would be so kind to place a copy in front of the witness.
What did you say is the precise page?
Not yet. I was just going to ask the witness if he has the copy in front of him.
Yes, I have.
I would like you to go to page 8 of this document, which is KEN-D11-0014-0576. And I'd like to play the audio at timestamp 13.18 up to up to 19. Okay, it starts from page 7 at the bottom, and it is 13.18 up to 19.27.
Ngondo ijito ngo member of parliament ngo member jata ko ne ngote ngotutik ko gonyor ngejeret engiman ko golewen bik chechang chong inda jige maji ngonyor president ke maji ko ganyor ko golewen bik chechang ko nyor kansala ko golewen bik chechang nguna ko kaginde taban terjiro se ke gomi amuga it sabed ni nguni mago tuk ke gurereni ko tage amra bini ko tage jubege ko tage ngololi ji maitegeter kait ke ngalalas ci togu jine meeting un ram sang ko jandu ko kike kase wendi bi ko tong bi ko tonget ke bi ko bi ki ko yegitu ko may ko ngala lembech kanget bi ko wirto tele kartasi seg ci ngolol ngale.
Apologies, there is a problem with the timestamp. We'll go to the next while we sort out this particular timestamp. Next one is 20.05 up to 20.28. Page 9.
Atake bwa ingi bitabrani stake yake mwagele mele ngagile chore chi lakini go supka ngaleju onge no take kwek tos mi bikelele chakage mutwage tos iman ngaleju tesetai tos kaora raptorus inenet ko komito kora masatake agogere komite tindo statement not na bango ta trailer anan ko odium amji si soman we gari se jota sumoek bingo to go rongo labaga anan lembeje chakage mwa.
Mr. President, again, my apologies for this. I think we're just going to move on to another topic and sort out these timestamps in the afternoon.
Right.
Witness, we leave that document for tomorrow. I'm just going to go to another document, but let me first ask you a few questions. Were you aware of an incident in Eldoret? Maybe let's go to private.
Private session.
We're in open session, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ms. Bassman.
Yes. It's the 7th of March 2007, tab 37 of the witness binder. The audio is KEN-D11-0015-0120. And the transcription is KEN-D11-0019-0177. The timestamp is 6.21 up to 8.12, and the page is 0179. That document could be placed in front of the witness.
kami jale jubi gabel red kora gongo missing en boisien go ay en pare ta bi go en ni no to go bar gi bagen gen boy man no me jale bi gab calling.
Mr. Witness, can you follow the audio?
Yes, I can follow.
Just can you recognize the voice?
Yes, it's for sure.
You said Mr. Sang, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us continue to listen to the audio.
Jin ak biga bel red kamagol ko ngoy missing na to ko yibindo negitinyege ak biga buryo shalak amuta ji aga talen ko magene anguma mini nyongo tegen gena ko gibar ko bate biga be moni ko je choget ko kabarne go baru ko ko chet police ko yokto neona police no barifte vale ib ko jigil ngale jato agena gile amune so go bijo gi meyo ko gina baga manut missing engi bagen ngay noto angot kora.
Did you follow that, Mr. Witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll just read the paragraph that was just played, starting with, I want to thank Eldoret people so much for the work they did following the killing of 2 people. You showed true unity. I want to thank the Kalenjin people and the entire people of Eldoret. That is the generosity we have between us and other communities. If it was someone else, he, she would have said, why bother, since none of ours was killed. However, the people of this country are ours. You showed a good example to an extent that police took action to send the Rift Valley Police Chief to go and investigate the issue and explain why those people were killed. Died. That unity is very important. Is that a fair translation, Mr. Witness?
Yes, that's a fair translation.
And does this reflect your memory on this incident? Mr. Witness,
Yes, Your Honor.
does it reflect your, or not yet, otherwise we just continue playing. Not asking.
Yeah, I understand the message, but I can't recall the incident.
Thank you. Let's just carry on. we go on to the next page.
Your Honor, I'm going to object on the basis of relevance. I don't see how this is relevant to the witness's narrative or to the charges. It's regarding killing of 2 people in March 2007.
Mr. President, if I could react, I could say the same thing about 2005, 2008, 2011, 2006. We have heard a lot of evidence from this witness, led by the prosecution, about an hour on 2005 incidents.
Proceed, Ms. Weissman.
Bagengeit na barye imandabik ne indojin arab koros ko boto kenwa fula kele jina kwe gongwe missing chato ko baishodik kemeje ko atkan tugul go baru bi kamu pigap ko lenjin ange to lengen ko nge gurbi gi lo bwagebe kiboru kiboru kibagenge engin naka kwage ko bi ke jangolen to kap ke ayne barabara kap ki mutat par kabet kasi amejale mabet kasi ko bate mutai kwage tungwain kwage ko radi ko mujugo ko nye ko unoto ko meje kibagenge noto kile jine gityo otestai obaru ago ko ayne mie maugo no gay mutik mawir tuguk ko noto ni boru garabik tugul gole pik choy kasit engi manda ko unoto ko manyalu ke wira tuguk engem tuguk amu mo pijoto ko ngem tuguk ngoto ko bar ko bar pich melen.
Mr. Witness, could you follow the audio?
Yes, I follow.
So I'm going to read the English translation and ask you if it's a fair translation. We applaud the human rights group led by Arab Koros and Ken Wafula. That is a good example that people should always show, because I know that in the old days the Kalenjin people would not shy away when called upon to step forward over an issue that has arisen. Many were saying, why go out to demonstrate? Don't we have things to do? I want to say it is not about lack of work. The same incident may happen to someone tomorrow, to another person the day after, and to you today. So we need that unity. We just tell you to continue doing and showing good. You did not cause chaos. You did not stone things. And people who seek justice in the right way should not cause chaos and destroy property, because it's not those people who destroyed property. Witness, is that a fair translation?
It is.
Thank you. So let us move on to the next part.
ko bargarishek ago mienda notok singa en demonstration ko mata bo wira tagarik o chorse ndugeshek o birbik ko tugu kiboga manut chato jogo waing betaba mut kongo missing ago o testai eng kipagenge ak piga boryon kinget keleman ko supke ak tugu kimiteng parishono ko moy police ko lengi barbi ke nyeglengi ro chigilishet ko bor gole ki barbichu ago gi bare mujigi mo ga gino na ko togele ko baman ke tepse ngale jot jo ko ngo missing nga kwek tugul jugo mangu ubaru imanda.
Witness, did you hear that?
I hear that.
So let me read the English translation, and you tell me again whether it's an accurate translation. If they were killed, then some people killed them. It wasn't an accident. Therefore, whenever you demonstrate, do not stone vehicles or steal from shops or fight. What you did yesterday was good. Thank you so much. Keep up the spirit of unity with other communities. We know there are issues to do with those killings. The police say that they were killed by the public, but with investigations it became apparent they were killed. Perhaps they were shot or something like that. It is clear that it was imperative that these questions were raised. Thank you so much to all of you who came out to demand justice. Mr. Witness, is that a fair translation?
It is, Your Honor.
Witness, can you confirm that the message here is again not to destroy property? Do you confirm that?
Yes, the message is clear. It's, during that particular incident, which I cannot remember, or I cannot, maybe I was not even there in Eldoret then, is they demonstrated peaceful, which Mr. Sang commented in that particular moment. But I cannot say yes.
But do you agree, having listened earlier to another audio dating the 29th of December, or at least following the elections, waiting for the results, that was a similar message conveyed there as it is here? Do you agree with that?
This that was taking place in that particular moment was different from this one. That one was an incident where people, according to what I can hear and could listen, is some people were killed. And people actually, maybe they did a peaceful demonstration by then. But this one of 29 and above is like, it was already, there is some incidents where it was never any peaceful demonstration. Even on 26, people were blocking roads. They were not peaceful at all.
Do you agree that Joshua Arab Sang here is asking for justice, peace, and unity? Do you agree?
Basing on what we have just given to me right now,
indeed.
I can confirm in this transcript where you prepare. I don't know how you prepare it, but it's you was preaching peace, which I don't dispute in this way. But I was just saying there were some messages.
And you also agree that consistently what you heard today and yesterday, there's a consistent message of peace.
Ms. Barsman, you have to move on.
I will move on. I have one more. I would like to MFI this audio on the basis of voice recognition.
Will be marked MFI.
The audio bearing number KEN D11 0015 0120 will bear the number MFI T D11 00077. Its transcript bearing number KEN D11 0019 0177 will bear the number MFI T D11 00078. Both documents are public.
Thank you. Ms. Barsman, please proceed.
Thank you. I would like to go to the next audio, which dates the 6th of March 2006. It's the same binder. It's the cross-examination binder for this witness, tab 22. And the audio is KEN-D11-0013-001 0029. And the EVD number is EVD-T-D11-00054. The transcription has number KEN-D11-0014-0252, and the EVD is 00060. We only have a translation and not a transcription. But
Did you say 14 or 19? In your D11?
I might have said 14, but it is 19.
So that's the 11-0019-0252.
Indeed, Mr. President.
Proceed.
Already in evidence, we would like to listen to timestamps 5.58 up to 6.46, and this is at page 0254, and if that could be placed in front of the witness, please. You have it in front of you?
Yes.
And we'll play, it's the last paragraph of that page.
Kumaje kolenjin kitu chitugul kukobi kimi emetab Kenya kolabulesha kartam mokoyengi ko kilyojin asokonget kabilet age tugul kurib imandab emet akoribe imandanywa. Amu melen ngele kabila kokile ngot kele aje kolenjin ongebe kipkutinak ongebe boisionik kyok kibagenge kokiku kabila achicha. Kinomwoe koi yekimite ko kibagenge nebo kolenjin kone kora nekemuchi kerib eng kibagenge ak kerib emetab Kenya kibagenge nebo emet. Amu nga kichenge kandoinatet ako chenge chitugul kandoinatet ko eng let ibou biik chemi Kenya mebou kolenjin ichegei. Ko eng let ibou biik tugul chemi Kenya mebou kokoek ichegei. Anan ko mebou lemek anan ko kapsome ichegei achicha ibou emet tugul ngotie ku president nebo emoni.
Mr. Witness, could you follow that?
Can you repeat again?
Could you follow the audio?
Yes, I wanted
To play it again.
Play it again.
Of course, we can do that. Start again at 5.58.
Last paragraph, eh?
Yes, it's the last paragraph of page 2 of that document, and it goes into page 3.
Okay.
It starts...
Last paragraph, starting with, quote, and this is not for the Kalenjin community alone,
Yes,
unquote. That's the paragraph?
That is indeed the paragraph.
All right.
You're with me, Mr.
yeah,
Witness?
I'm with you now.
So we'll listen to it again.
Kolenjin kitu chitugul kukobi kimi emetab Kenya kolabulesha kartam mokoyengi ko kilyojin asokonget kabilet age tugul kurib imandab emet akoribe imandanywa. Amu melen.
Okay, did you follow that part?
Yes, I follow.
Well, let's just play it a little and then stop a little, so give him time to read the translation.
That's a fair suggestion, given that there's no transcription. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Shall I read it out now?
Yes, I can.
And you tell me if it is correct, please. And this is not for the Kalenjin community alone, but for all 42 tribes of this nation. What can be done so that every tribe upholds the rights of the country rights as well as their own individual community rights? Is that a fair translation?
Yes.
Thank you. We will carry on.
ngele ukabila kokile ngot kelache kolenjin ongebe kutinak ongebe boisionik kyok kibagenge kokeku kabila achicha kino amwoe koi yekimite ko kibagenge nebo kolenjin kone kora nekemuchi kerib eng kibagenge ak kerib emetab Kenya kibagenge nebo emet amu nga kichenge kandoinatet ako chenge chitugul kandoinatet ko eng let ibou biik chemi Kenya mebou kolenjin ichegei ko eng let ibou biik tugul chemi Kenya mebou kokoek ichegei anan kumebou
Can we
lemek
pause now? We need to be checking in with the witness.
It's only a few seconds left. 5 seconds left, so we thought we...
Yes, but let's be sensitive to the fact that there is no transcription and not everyone can read at a rapid pace, including myself.
Witness, could you follow that?
Yes, I follow.
So I will read out the translation into English. You might have to... No, let me wait. Let's listen to the very few last lines, because I think it's one line, and then I read out the English into the record.
kanang ko kapso me ichege achicha ibo ueme tugul ngotie ku president nebo emoni.
Thank you. I'll read out the translation, which is as follows. Because tribalism is not about the Kalenjin deciding to be united in undertaking their activities. No, that is not tribalism. As such, while we unite as the Kalenjin community, what is it that we can do so that we can same time sustain the country's unity? This is because, as though we are seeking leadership, and everyone is seeking leadership, you are seeking to lead the whole nation, not the Kalenjin alone. At the end of the day, you will rule over all the people in the nation, not the Kikuyu alone, or the Luya, or the Luo only. No, you will rule over the whole country if you are elected as the country's president. Mr. Witness?
Yes, I can.
Is it a fair translation?
Yes.
There's one last paragraph, also at page 3. It's the second last paragraph at page 3, but it's the last that I will read out for today. It starts at 8:13 timestamp, and the first words are national unity. Are you with me, Mr. Witness?
I am with you.
So if we can play that right now, thanks. For your knowledge, it's only 45 seconds, so I propose to listen to the whole thing, and then that will be it for today.
No. Again, the witness is reading a translation and processing it. We have to allow him pace to do that.
So we do it in 2 parts. We stop around 20 seconds.
Kenya. Amu kit nenyolu kerib mising ko emetab Kenya kibagenge nebo emet national unity. Singop kebendi bororiet ko kakerib nebo emet amu yemomi emet eng koronindo komelen tepche kibagenge itab bororiet age tugul eng imandanyi ak koron.
Mr. Witness, could you hear that?
Yes, I hear.
So I'm just going to read that out into the transcript, and you tell me if it's accurate or fair. National unity is most paramount, so that as we move to have community unity, we first have to achieve national unity. This is because if the country is not well, then no community will live well with its rights. It is important that we foster national unity so that we can now go back and foster community unity. Is that a fair translation, Mr. Witness?
It is.
I propose now we go into part 2 of this paragraph. And for the record, that was at timestamp 8:32.
Nyalu kerib national unity kibagenge nebo emet asikeweke nyikerib kibagenge nebo bororiet. Koi keitei ano boisiechu tugul. Boisionichu tugul keitei ano inye ak ane. Asikerib emoni koboto kora kandoik choto chekikilewen ing ngalalet. Kakateb ale ne promoteni ne nekonu mutai ketokchigei boriet ko ne nekemuchi keribegei simotokyinek boriet ak ameche inai ile kibagenge ko kimnon nebo emet ak nebo bororiet.
Mr. Witness, could you follow?
Wait. When he finishes, you'll tell us. Witness, have you finished reading?
Yes, I finished reading, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Witness, did you follow the audio?
Yes, I do.
Let me read the English and you tell me if it is an accurate translation. So how can we, you and I, accomplish all this and nurture this country, including the leaders that we elected through dialogue? I had earlier asked what that can push us towards violence, as well as what is it that we can do to avoid going towards that path, and keep in mind that unity is the pillar of the country and of the community. Is that a fair translation, Mr. Witness?
It is.
Thank you. I see the time. Thank you.
Do you have a follow-up question on this? Quickly, so we can wrap it up. And so we want to avoid coming back and replaying this.
Mr. Witness, you heard Mr. Joshua Arab Sang speak about 42 tribes, correct?
Yes.
And you agree 42 tribes includes the Kikuyu?
Yes, Your Honor.
He is calling for all tribes to coexist. That is correct, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, he's saying we want to avoid violence at the end. That is correct, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. We will see each other. Oh, one more. Mr. Witness, have you heard this audio before?
Your Honor, this audio, I think you select part of it, which actually come positive to Sang. But I've never said Sang is continuously doing these other things. Even this unity of the nation he has been doing at the same. But I'm saying this unity that he's preaching also, because he was leading people to a certain direction, of which he knows. Kalenjin have been united since then. But I don't know why, when he was sang just come to the radio, it became an issue.
Can I just ask you, my question was, did you hear this before?
It's a long time, but maybe I heard, but I don't know.
And if it wasn't this message, have you heard him talk about national unity before?
Yes, I've heard, but yes, I've heard.
And so you know this is 2006, in that period. Do you recall that?
I can't confirm, Your Honor.
Thank you, witness. We will see each other tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, witness. We will be rising for the day. We'll go into closed session and usher the witness out of the courtroom.